I've basically at this point pretty much completely given up on any kind of relationship or ever being in something like that. You guys know what I mean. So I know it's been a while since I've made a video, but I'm back making videos, recording. Christmas was pretty interesting for me. Spent it with my family as usual, and I didn't even realise it was Christmas until like Christmas Eve, like when I was already like in bed, and it was like 11, and I was like, oh, it's Christmas, because I didn't, I'm not looking forward to anything like I was when I was a kid. I'd go to bed like we all did probably and be like, oh, tomorrow I'm gonna get presents and stuff. But no, I didn't even ask for anything this year, so I wasn't looking forward to anything. And I woke up and I didn't get much. I just got a few bits, but I didn't ask for anything, so I'm not mad. But it's it's fine. It's what it is. And yeah, so I spent it with my family, as I said, and a couple of other people came over. One of the people who came over was this guy in his 40s, I think, or 50s. I don't know. He looked kind of old. He was like short. He was like a manlet. He was balding as well. It's like, it's over. And he was coming to spend Christmas with us. He wasn't coming with his family or anything. I assume he like knew my uncle from work, I'm pretty sure, or they were old friends, I'm not sure. But either way, he came around. It was just kind of sad to see, really, because they sat him at one end of the table next to me. I don't know why they sat me next to him. Maybe they just know we'll put the sub fives at this end of the table, but he was next to me, and he kept trying to like join in on the conversation, and people were just ignoring him. Like, there were girls there who were like around my age, and obviously they were my family, so they were talking to me. But if they hadn't been related to me, they wouldn't have been talking to me, and I would have been just like him, And he was trying to talk to them. He was trying to join in the conversation, trying to joke around, and they were just like ignoring him completely. And I didn't care. And I'm not trying to join in the conversation. I was quiet the whole time. I don't think I said a word the whole of dinner, or the whole of like Christmas, the meal, whatever. It was like a late lunch, I guess. I didn't say anything the whole time, and I was just watching him, and it was kind of pathetic after a while. Do you know what I mean? Like 2 or 3 times, you should take a hint. They don't want to talk to you, but he kept like joining in, and it's like why is he even here? You know what I mean? If I was him, I'd be just at home by myself, just trying to chill, to be honest. But that's the thing, though. That's going to be me in about 20 years time or 30 years time. I'm going to be 50 and all alone on Christmas, balding probably, and short and stuff. I'm not that short, but I don't know how you like last that long. Like, I wonder what's going through his head. For all I know, he could have had a family and he was just staying with us for some reason, but I don't think so. So another person who showed up to this like meal, this Christmas like celebration, I guess, on Christmas Day, was the like new boyfriend of one of my female family members. I don't want to give like details away, but it was, she's about 20 and he's like around the same age. And he came around, and I'd never met him before. I'd never seen him before. They only started I don't think they'd even like officially started dating, but you know how it goes. They were seeing each other anyway. And he came around, and he was introduced to me, and I didn't really care. But it was just kind of sad, because it's just such a black pill to see, and this guy, and he's not like super attractive, but he's much more attractive than I am, and it's just like, obviously, like, I'm not going to be dating my own family members, but the point is, she brought home like a boyfriend for Christmas and I didn't, and it's like my mum is obviously going to say something about that. And I was like kind of down on Christmas. I was quiet, and I think my mum noticed and stuff, because she was saying like, oh, there's some other girls in the family who don't have boyfriends and stuff, like that's supposed to help. And I'm like, Mum, don't say that to me, because I don't want to talk about the black pill with my mum, you know what I mean? I can't explain to her why that's like a cope and stuff, and it's just a blue pill. She won't even know what that means, so how am I meant to say that to her? But anyway, I was just like, whatever. That was Christmas, and yeah, I just spent it kind of alone, really, at the end of the day. As usual, as many Christmases I have spent alone. New Year's was a little bit better, because there were less people. It was just me, and yeah, it was like literally just me. Everyone, the few people who stayed were like asleep by the time New Year came around, so it was just me. And I went to the toilet and I was taking without getting into details, I was doing a number 2, and I noticed, because I finished and I checked my phone, and it was like New Year, it was like 2 past midnight or whatever. I thought, like, yeah, that seems like an appropriate way to sum up the year, sum up 2022. 2022 wasn't that bad for me though, as some, like, compared to like other years, it was decent, but we'll see. So that was my Christmas and New Year, and the thing I kind of realised over the course of this past month, I'd say, or maybe a bit more, is like, you don't have control over your own life, you know what I mean? So obviously when it comes to the mundane choices in your life, yeah, you have control over that. Like, I'm choosing to make this video right now, I don't have to do this. I could be like working out or eating something or playing like games or anything. I could be doing anything right now, but I'm choosing to make a video. But you don't have control over all aspects of your life, and this is what I mean, is like, what people say affects you more than you think it does, at least for me, and like what people want you to do. So my whole like life, I've kind of been like used to just saying yes to whatever people have said to me. Like, if my mum was like, do this, or, you know, someone was like, oh, you should do this, I'll just be like, yeah. Even if it's not a command, if it's phrased like a question, it kind of is in order if you think about it. Because I've been thinking about this, right? If someone says to you like, oh, do you want to do this, and you say no, I don't. If you say no, I don't, they're not going to be happy, even though it was phrased like a question. And I've been saying no to people more like in the last year or 2, I'd say, and people don't like it. People don't like to hear no, even if it's not an order, if it's just a question. Like, oh, do you think, like, people, because I'm at that age where I'm learning to drive, and people are like, oh, do you think, well, it's been like a few years actually since most people have, but I never did, because it's like, what's the point? And people are like, oh, what about learning to drive? And I'm like, I'm not really interested. And people don't like to hear it. People don't like to hear it, and people are just complaining all the time as if my life is their life. But I'm just a puppet, really. I've thought about this. I'm really just a puppet, and so is everyone else. Everyone's just controlled by each other. We're just doing things that we think will impress other people, that they'll like, and it's like, they won't. It's not going to make a difference, but we do it anyway. I do it. I'm not pretending to be better than anyone. I'm not pretending to be better than anyone. You know, I'm the same. I'm affected the same way. I'm not saying I'm above everyone in that way, because it affects me too, but I've just like noticed it more recently. If you start saying no to people, you're going to realise, you know, just setting boundaries, really, it's like, people aren't going to like it. But yeah, it is what it is. That's life, I guess. You need to learn to stand up for yourself, of course. I'm not saying you shouldn't, but I don't know, I'm just a very conflict avoidant person, and so usually I just say yes just to keep the peace. Which, yeah, I mean, is your life, what is your life? Is it really your life then? I don't know, I don't think so. My life isn't my life. I don't know whose it is, but it's not mine. It's like that one song from that one line from that one song, I don't know the name, but it's like a Coldplay song, and they're like, I'm just a puppet on a lonely string, who would ever want to be king? That's like my life right now. Because if you think about it, you're like the king of your own kingdom, you know, you're the head of your own life. You should be anyway, but you're not really. You know, no one man can rule like a country, and no one person can control their own life. You are controlled by the people, and it's so lonely, because no one ever talks to me without wanting something from me. Do you know what I mean? No, like, if anyone ever has a conversation with you or a relationship with you, it's because they want something out of you. And it might be something like innocent, like they might just want the best for you, but they have an idea of what that looks like that isn't necessarily your own. You know, like, I want to do stuff, and maybe like my family doesn't approve, maybe, and then they'll tell me, and it's like, they're not trying to make my life terrible, but it's not my life anymore. Do you know what I mean? And it's like, I'm not doing crazy things. It's not like I'm doing drugs and stuff, but I don't know what I want to do, and people are trying to take over my life for me. And they're like, oh, you should go here for university, you should learn to drive, or you should get a job. And it's like, maybe I will, maybe I won't, but it's my choice. But it's not my choice, it's my point. But it should be, but it's not, and I don't think anyone has that choice. So I don't remember when it was, but in my 3rd video, like 3 videos ago or 2 videos ago, I don't remember. I think in my last video I actually talked about it, but I said, like, I was talking to this girl from my work, and I said I'd let you guys know how it went when I like got back to make videos, but I hadn't had a chance since then. It's been like over a month as well, which is crazy, since I've like recorded a video, because I really enjoy making them. It's a cope, yeah, you can say it's a cope. It is a cope, but I really enjoy making them. But so how did that go? Basically, what happened with that? Well, I'll fill you in. I mean, you could probably guess. It's not anything surprising, because if, let's face it, if I was here saying like, oh, I asked her out and we went out and now she's my girlfriend, I wouldn't be making videos anymore, would I? Like, the moment I get a girlfriend, I'm not. But if that happened, then I'd just stop making this channel, because it's like, what's the point of the channel? What's the point of the channel if I'm not taking the black pill? If I ascend, what's the point? There's no point. So I got her number before I left work, and I messaged her, and she was replying to me. And I know just a girl replying to you doesn't mean like she's interested, but it felt like her replies were more than like the bare minimum. Like, she actually maybe enjoyed talking to me, I don't know, but we didn't talk much. We only exchanged like a couple of texts, and I followed her on Instagram, because she gave me her Instagram, and I don't have like basically any social media. Like, I was messaging her over WhatsApp. That's it basically. But I got Instagram, so I followed her, but she didn't follow me back, and I just thought that's a bit, I don't know. So I should have maybe picked up on it, but I don't know. But I thought, what's the harm in asking, right? So I messaged her. Let me read to you. I'm reading right now live what I messaged her. I'll tell you what I said. I said, hey, so I come back on like the 17th, which is like the 17th of January, which is when I came back. I said, do you maybe want to go out someplace if you're not busy? And that was on the 25th of December, right? And on the 28th of December, so I had to like wait like a while for a response. And she's like, hi, I'm sorry, I've been super busy with work over Christmas when we're not even at work. And it's like, you could have replied. It doesn't take that long to reply. But she was like nice about it, I guess. It's like, I don't know, it's not much to ask for really, it's the bare minimum. But like, if you know my like second video, like 2 videos ago, I talked about like my worst rejection, and it's like the bar's pretty low, for girls rejecting me. It's like, if you're going to reject me, be direct, be nice about it, and just say you're not interested. Don't waste my time, and don't be mean about it. And she didn't, to be fair. I mean, she kind of wasted my time, because there was like 3 days where I was like kind of wondering if she was going to, I don't know, I was like allowing myself to be hopeful and stuff, which I know is a mistake, but I did. And she's not interested, and it's like, yeah, I get it. I'm not surprised, but that was kind of a bit of a kick in the teeth, really. But what really made it worse was I got that in the morning. Like, I woke up to it, because I'm in a different time zone to her when I was away, so I woke up to that message. And later on in the day, what I did was I messaged another girl I was talking to. Now, I don't talk to many girls, but this girl, like a friend of mine, probably my only friend, pretty much, messaged me maybe like a year ago, and we were just talking, and he said like he overheard some people at my school, because this is when I was still at school. I wasn't going to school, but I was still like in school technically. And he was saying like he heard some people saying this girl might have liked me, but she didn't go to that school anymore. She'd left a while ago. So I thought, what's the kind of harm in shooting your shot, So I followed her on Instagram again. That's the only thing I use. And she followed me back this time, and I thought, okay, fine. Now we had a conversation, and we actually had a pretty good conversation talking about like going to school, because I'd been going to school with her since like elementary school basically. So we had like a kind of fun conversation, and I didn't really care either way. I had no expectations. But that was like, as I say, that was like I don't know, maybe not a year ago, but like 10 months ago. And so I messaged her, and I was like, I guess I was like in a confident mood. I was like, what have I got to lose? So I basically messaged her, and I was like, hey, did you like me? And she was basically like, no. And I'm not going to read the messages again, because it really doesn't matter. But she was like, no, not really. I never spoke to you that much, which is kind of true. I did think that. I wasn't sure she liked me or not, but I had a hope that she might. And I asked her if she wanted to go out when I kind of got back from my trip, and she was like, nah, not really. And I was like, fine, whatever. So like that was like 2 rejections in the same day. Like in the space of 24 hours, I got rejected twice. And it's like, okay, that's a black pill. That's a real. Like, the thing is though, I'm not mad about it, because I know if I'd asked out like 100 girls on that day, I know I'd have gotten rejected 100 times. So it's like, not that I have access to 100 girls, but you know what I mean. If I had, I would have been rejected. But it just is what it is. It really is what it is. But the thing that kind of annoyed me more is when I came back to when I came back from my trip, I saw this like video, and it's like, I do this every, I don't know, I watch a lot of black pill type videos, but I also watch like debunking black pill videos because their arguments are really bad. That's a video I should make, actually. I should make like a response to a black pill debunked video. Like, I could edit it together and do a little like commentary on that, maybe. Maybe I'll do that, I don't know. But I watch these videos, and like the gaslighting in the videos is insane, because like I went in the comment section of one of the videos, and a lot of the comments are people like saying the black pill's true and stuff, and obviously they're correct, well, in my opinion anyway. But a lot of the comments are also like supportive of the video, and so one of these comments I saw was basically saying something like incels only want to go out with like attractive women and stuff, and their standards are too high. And that's such like gaslighting, because not only is that not true, it's completely the opposite. It's like women in this day and age that are so like, they only want the top guys, and if you're unattractive you're not getting anywhere. And I've never seen like an incel or a black pillar reject anyone ever. Like, I've never rejected a woman in my life. It's not like my standards are so high. Like, this is something you hear all the time. People are like, oh, if you didn't have such high standards, then you could get a girlfriend. It's like, no, because I've never rejected a woman in my life. Anyone could ask me out and I'd say yes. Literally anyone. I've only ever been rejected. I've never rejected anyone in my life. So that's just not true. But yeah, I would like get more into that if I made a video like specifically responding to these. Because some of the videos are actually alright. They make like decent points. Some of them are really terrible, and it's always presented by a Chad as well. It's always like some 10 out of 10 guy who's like really tall and has like a chiseled jawline talking in the video, and it's like, oh, you just need to be confident, and it's just terrible. I'll respond to them if you guys want to see that, but anyway, we'll see. So, as I said a few videos ago, I had to quit my job for my trip, but now I'm back and I have a lot of free time. So a lot of people in my family have been talking about me getting a job, and this goes back to the point I was making at the start of the video, that your life isn't really your life, because I'm not even back a week, and when I was away on my trip, I'm not going to get into this too much, but I did do some work. I wasn't just on holiday. I was away for a month and I did work. I worked in another country and I got paid in like cash, and I don't think I don't know if I should talk about this, but I don't think it was like legal strictly what I was doing, but you know, it's neither here nor there. The point is I was working, and it's not like I was doing anything illegal. I was working in like a gas station basically, and looking over cameras and stuff and stocking stuff up, and it's like, that's a honest job for someone my age, you know. And it's just ridiculous that people would get in trouble for something like that. But anyway, like, I understand why, because they want to steal people's money in the form of taxes, and I don't pay taxes because I get paid in cash, so I get why they're mad, but I don't feel bad about it. And I know, like, who's even going to track me down from this video for me admitting to tax evasion? It's like, who cares? And maybe I shouldn't include that in the video, actually. I don't know, who cares anyway. But I come back, and the first thing so many people in my family are asking me, like my grandparents especially, and like other people like I haven't seen, is like, oh, when are you going to get another job? You need to get a job. And I'm not even back a week, do you know what I mean? But they're like, oh, have you updated your CV because you can show that you've worked and stuff? And it's like, yeah, I'm getting to that. But like, I'm not in a hurry to get a job again, because in my wage maxing video I just talked about, like, it is good to get a job to get money, but I've got loads of money now and I'm not going to spend it. So it's like, you know, I don't need a job. It's like, yeah, you know, you should get more money, but it's like, chasing money is just going to make you more miserable than I already am. So like, why would I do that? And I don't want to interact with members of the public. And I just realised I cared about my job too much, you know. Like, I cared more than anyone else there. Like, I literally had supervisors, I'd ask them how to do something and they were like, who cares, it doesn't matter, just leave it. And it's like, how can I get invested in a job like that? So I'm just sitting there, but then it's boring because I don't care, and it's like being in school again basically. But like, I thought night shift work, or like a night shift job, like, would be ideal for me. What I really want to do is be like an Uber driver, but I can't drive yet, and I could get a car and be an Uber driver. I could probably afford that, but I'd have to like learn to drive and stuff, and to pay it off, I would lose way more money than I'd get by being an Uber driver. But I need a car anyway, so when I get a car I might as well do that. But the thing about me is I'm not sure if I can become an Uber driver, because it's not in every city. Is it in my city? Yeah, yeah. There is Uber where I live, but I'm going to university and I don't know, depending on where I'm going, there might be Uber, there might not be, I don't know. But the real reason I want to be an Uber driver is because I saw the movie Taxi Driver, like a month ago, and like literally I relate to the movie so much. If you haven't seen the movie and you're like a black pillar, you need to watch it. Like, go watch it right now, because it's so good. It's on, what's it on? I don't know if it's on Netflix, if any of you guys have Netflix. I watched it on the aeroplane when I was going on my trip, because it was like a really long, it's like an 18-hour flight. But I watched that movie when I was on the plane, and it's like, it's such a good movie. But I relate to it so much, and it's like, that's why I wanted to be an Uber driver, because it'd be better than just working in retail. And I think if I learned to drive and was really good at it, I could do that. But we'll see. Maybe that'll be something I'll do in the future. I don't know. Maybe I'll make a video on taxi maxing or something like that. But anyway, I'm sending stuff out for night shift positions, but no one's hiring right now. So it's like, that's not my fault. I have to just wait for an opening. I can't get, and I'm not in a rush to anyway, to be honest with you. But there's other ways to get work. Like, I can get paid by like people I know, or like family, friends and stuff, to do work for them, like working on houses and stuff. And like, I'd much rather do that than work in retail, to be honest, and get paid in cash, so I can keep it all and not have to pay taxes, because I hate taxes so much. Like, who doesn't, right? But yeah. But like, my point is, this goes back to my original point. It's like, the pressure from my family to get a job, and not everyone in my family, but some people in my family, is like very high. So that would probably make me get a job. So but it's not my decision. If I get a job, that should be my decision. But like, I was working for 5 months, I earned like loads of money, and I've been working. I just got back. I haven't even been back a week. Like, now I've been back a week, but when people were talking to me about this, I wasn't even back. I was back for like 4 days since my trip. And people are like, oh, when are you going to get a job? You need to get a job. And it's like, oh, just leave me alone. Do you know what I mean? But you can't say that to people, apparently. So I don't know what to say, really. Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know. Like, every day's the same, really. Every day's the same. And like, I just I feel really like lonely, you know. I just want some companionship, you know. I know it sounds kind of corny, but I want to fall in love, I guess. But I know it's not going to happen, so I don't know. I really don't know. I don't know how my life turned out like this, because I was like normal. I was like everyone else. I did the same things everyone else did. I had the same interests as everyone else. And then now they've all, you know, people my age are getting married, like I talked about in my last video, or I don't know which one, but a video I made. Like, my manager at work, he's 22 and he's engaged. It's like, here I am and I'm all alone. It's like, yeah, I'm not 22 yet, but I'm not far off, and I know I'm not going to be engaged by 22. I wish I was. And he's going to have kids, and it's like, I don't know if I want kids or not. Maybe I do, maybe I don't. For the longest time I thought I didn't, but every time I think about it, like, do I want kids, I just remember, like, it doesn't matter, because I'm not, even if I want, I can't, so why even think about it? I've been thinking, like, maybe like a church, because like, I am religious, but I don't go to church yet. My family isn't religious, but maybe when I go to university I'll be on my own. Maybe I could go, but I'm not just going to go to church just to meet women. But I feel like university is just not the right place, because we all know the kind of degenerate behaviour that takes place in universities, you know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't know where I went wrong, but apparently I did something wrong, I guess. Yeah, I don't know.
Loneliness has followed me my whole life, everywhere. Bars and cars, sidewalks.